My smart community is Porto, is my home city, the one I will talk about. So Porto is the second largest city in Portugal, with being one of the most attractive and one of the most important cities in the Iberian Peninsula. Porto last year presented himself as a global business hub for the 21st century, standing out on areas such as mobility, environment, government, and security. Currently, there's a lot of projects in my city, like we have some here, the rehabilitation of the old markets that's finishing, I guess, this year, Campanha Intermodal Terminal, the Eastern Hub of Matadouro, and affordable housing projects. So Porto is situated in Portugal, like I said, in Southern Europe, and here in Northern Portugal. So Porto features. The one that I like to highlight the most is the revolution that's been occurring in transportation. So in this century, like the 21st century, there's been really a revolution. I'm talking firstly and more importantly about the metro. Metro is a light train system that's on the surface, and that's, I guess the first line, it was maybe 2002, 2003. So it's very new, like I said. And this system, I like it to highlight because it's really comfortable, it's affordable. 40 euros, you pay 40 euros a month for like a monthly pass, and for all zones of the Porto metropolitan area. And this system even allows you to use a single card to use on bus, to use on the metro. So it's really convenient. And in some lines, you can even use your credit card, like you see here. This is the line from the airport. And what is really nice about metro is that integrates, as you can see here, you can see nature. So they are integrating the metro with nature, which is really nice because you have parks right besides the metro. So it's really changing Porto and the cities around, and it's transforming. It's really good for our communities. Even as you can see here in this picture, you have so it's thought for everyone. You can see here a lift or elevator, so people with disabilities can access the metro. So it's really well thought. Here in this picture, you can see how interconnected metro is with train. So here you see the train line. Here you see the metro line. So you can see that you can switch from metro to train, which is really convenient. Like I talked before, you have the sort of intermodal. So you can switch from bike to metro, from metro to train, then walk, then bike again. So it's really convenient, and you can use various types of transportation. I guess that's important for a city of future. In this picture is the project I talked earlier. It's the Campanha intermodal terminal that's being built. Metro and train pass here, and somewhere here you have bus stations also, and even bicycles and scooters. It's really nice. In the environmental, I can talk about the fact that Porto is building new parks like the one you see here, and is expanding some of the parks that it already has. Here you can see another picture of the integration between nature. Here you see a green roof. So this is the main station of the metro system in Porto, Trindade station. And here you see the green roof. So it's another example of how good and how well is integrated the metro with nature. And it's like an escape from the buildings. You can see, so the nature, you can escape from the buildings and the pollution. In metro, you can see the surrounding by trees and, like I said, greenery. In the infrastructure, I can also point. Okay, I can also point new bike and scooter lanes that are being built at the moment. So it's improving also the transports. But I say it's infrastructure, transports. It's both in. It works the same way. Then you have free Wi-Fi stations that are also important, even though they are not a lot. They are still being built, so they are still. It's a good practice. Then you have this wellness infrastructure. So you can see here people training outdoor. This image is actually from the one recent inaugurated facility. So people can train outdoors. It's really convenient. You don't have to pay to go to a gym to train. You can train outdoors. So it's really a really good practice also. And here you can see a beach, because Porto has beaches, and it has infrastructure like WCs, toilets you can use, and drinkable stations when you can drink fresh water. That's also important. If you are doing sport, there's usually a station where you can drink water, and that's important too. Now, in policy, in policy, I would point the Porto card. This card is a card that you have discounts and you can shop. So in traditional, it's a way of stimulating traditional commerce, because nowadays everyone wants to buy everything online. They don't want to shop, but with this card, it incentives you to go to the stores and to the traditional stores and buy. You have some affordable housing projects. They are few, but you have some. It needs to be more of these projects. They are still new, but they are starting to grow. You have also streets with no traffic at weekends. That contributes to the economy. People go out to those streets more times if they have no traffic. They are also writing policies to help restore old buildings, and they organize a lot of cultural activities that stimulate the local economy. You have also Porto is also a city of innovation. You have Porto Innovation Hub. It's a place that citizens, the municipality, and enterprises talk about things they wanted to see. Citizens talk, and then the municipality and the enterprises evaluate if that's possible or not. You have Porto Global Hub. It's more related to academia. So you have its IPP, it's Institute Polytechnic of Porto. It's where I'm from. And here, it's not citizens, but students, enterprises, and academia. So we all try to find solutions. Like I said previously, Porto represented itself like a global business hub for the 21st century in Estoril, in Munich, Germany in 2021. So to conclude, I would say some strategies are well implemented, and Porto is increasingly implementing this type of strategies, and it's a city that has a future, but it still lacks. I mean, it doesn't lack ambition. It has ambition, but sometimes it's needed more. We need more projects like this. They are not sufficient. That's what I want to say. We need more greenery integration, especially in the historic center. We need more renewable energy. Like I showed you, we have beaches, we have a coast, and it's really windy. So if we had harvesting winds or solar energy in the roof of the buildings, because Porto has a lot of sun and has a lot of wind, so we are wasting this type of energy. And more technology in general, like smart street lamps, CCTV, smart information panels, where a tourist or maybe a local could ask something and then the panel would answer. So this type of technology is still lacking, and it would be very nice if it was implemented. Thank you. Let me see. I just wanted to show this. As you can see here, the metro. Well, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Miguel. Very nice presentation. And
Yeah,
I think Porto is very beautiful city.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. I've been there several times, and probably that's the only place where you don't have any question if you want to go or not. It's definitely go. Okay, Visho, I heard that you would like to go next,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Can you give me a screen share access?
It's free to access, so try to use it. It's not restricted.
Okay, I hope you can see my slides.
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone, I am Vishu Sharma from University Zigan, and I would like to discuss about the smart city projects in India. I'll focus on general the ongoing projects in India and specifically 2 cities in the end. So India started a smart city mission in 2015. Since India has a very large population, and by 2030 most of them will be living in urban areas, approximately 600 million. So our government decided to create 100 smart cities over next year, and to select which cities will be converted into smart cities, they organized competition among the cities and selected 100 cities. Cities are selected by the proposals which the citizens created themselves in cooperation with their local bodies, and then these projects are selected. The total funding so far in the first phase was 96 billion US dollars, and 5,000 projects were selected. So far the process have been slow and the projects are lagging behind, but still 1,500 projects have been completed, and it is funded by a combination of federal, state government and central government. So the guiding principles behind the smart cities in India are that citizens are at core. They are the key focus to develop integrated infrastructure and services, promotion of circular economy, and creating sustainable habitats, to use resourceful in more sustainable way, and to get more out of less resources, to use technology as means and not the end goal. This is very significant. When we talk about smart cities, we always think of highly advanced technologies being implemented, but I think technology is just a tool, and people are at the center. And the cities need to be inclusive irrespective of your age, gender, sex, background. These are some of the ongoing projects which I would like to show. Since India is notorious for poor traffic, this is a clip from traffic management system in the city Agra. This is in my home state Uttar Pradesh. This is hydroponic cultivation using local communities, and to grow fresh vegetables, fruits, salad inside community centers, to promote local handicrafts, and to create close-knit communities. They are also encouraging entrepreneurship by women and skill development. And by the way, the resources for all these projects is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. You can check the website. This is integrated command and control dashboard, so that city administration can keep tab on all the important details on utilities. This is one of the beautification project in Jabalpur to create open public spaces and reclaim the projects which are not in very good condition. This is also one of the land reclamation project, and since Chennai is known to be a water scarce city, and sometimes it faces severe droughts, so there is focus on restoring the local water bodies and to preserve them, so that in case of droughts and in case of severe shortage, this water can be used for various activities. Definitely for differently abled people, children, to make them feel that they are part of the city or community, and to make them feel at home. Various initiatives like differently abled people where children can play. These kind of parks are created, playgrounds are created. For waste management, there is focus on recycling. For waste management also, waste to energy conversion plants are there, which I have not shown here. So overall, the mission goals are, as I have shown in these pictures, is to provide core infrastructure services, clean environment, and better quality of life to the citizens, and to show commitment to empowering communities by practicing corporate and competitive federalism and using technology as an important medium for city management. I would like to discuss now two cities which are quite large projects which India has created in the last 2 years. This is Lavasa Project. It's a small to medium-sized city of size 100 square kilometer in Indian state of Maharashtra. It has about 200,000 inhabitants when fully developed. It was planned in 2010 and was inspired from the Italian town of Portofino. And the key idea to sell here is to live in nature with harmony, to learn, play, and work in nature. It's a mountainous area with lots of water bodies. But this was a failed project, I would say. Currently, there are, I think, less than 30,000 inhabitants there due to extensive environmental damage, and the construction has been halted and project has been severely scaled down. There has been corruption in order to obtain the permission to create buildings there, and this was one of the example of how a well thought out plan, a project of this big scale can fail if we don't take into consideration of environment and don't get the clearances. Another is city Noida. This is one of the very successful projects. This is a relatively bigger city of size 205 square kilometer in my home state Uttar Pradesh, and currently I think it has more than 700,000 inhabitants and will be close to 1 million soon. This city is when in 1976 this was created, this used to be a barren land, and now it is one of the most greenest cities in India with 50% green cover. It started in 1976 originally as an industrial project. The name Noida itself, its full form is New Okhla Industrial Development Authority. But over the time, it has been modernized, and it is now one of the fastest growing cities in India. In terms of economic activity, this city is electronics and automobile industry hub and emerging as a hub of technology and innovation with GDP of more than 20 billion US dollars. Several MNCs like Samsung, Microsoft, Barclays, Yamaha, ARM have their manufacturing and R&D facilities here. Recently, they attracted 50 billion US dollar R&D fund from Samsung to set up their plant there. And this city has a 30-kilometer operational metro network, which is fully functional. And it also has a lot of affordable housing units, which is very important for middle income country like India or growing income country like India. A typical cost which I researched for a 2 or 3 BHK apartment is around like 50 to 100K. And this has been one of the municipality of this city has been one of the richest municipalities in India. They have so much cash. If they don't raise money for 5 years by taxes, they can still fund. So I consider this as economic success.
Yeah.
And here are some more resources which I'll share with you, and you can research on your own if you find these things interesting. And feel free to write me on my email or text me on Facebook. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vishu. That was really interesting.
Any questions? If anyone would like to ask, feel free.
I think it's kind of fascinating to see all these new projects happening when I know that the country is quite heavily dealing with the poverty level and all the other slum areas, which are around the big cities, which is also a quite sensitive topic and the big topic in terms of the investment and governmental power to deal with all these things, providing all the affordable housing for the people in order to take them to the new places to live and redevelop all those areas that need a touch.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who would like to go next?
Can I go next?
Of course, go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Just can't find the button.
There's a down at the bottom on the right hand side next to the Zoom. There's a like presentation. Go a little bit more left, sorry, right. It's where you have all those percents of increasing the view. So it's just next to them on the left, the very first one. Or press F5 and that's gonna work.
Okay.
Great.
The subject is smart cities in Greece in general. What is the purpose of smart cities? It's to have better resource management, less impact on the environment, digital services for citizens and instant access to information for visitors make this city stand out, improving the daily lives of its citizens and their way of life. Trikala, Ioannina, Larissa, Beria, and Heraklion of Crete are among the smart cities of the world. In fact, Trikala has been distinguished internationally for the advanced technologies it offers to the citizens and is an integral part of life in the city. Among the services enjoyed by the citizens of Trikala are telemedicine. Telemedicine can be used to arrange a meeting, an appointment between the doctor and the patient without with the use of phone call or via video call. Optical ring can be used to monitor traffic, noise, crime, and it can be with sensors and security cameras receiving feeds from around city spots and facilities, traffic lights and lampposts with facial recognition technology, car parks and bus stations. And all of the information is monitored and used throughout by central monitoring management facility. Intelligent transportation, which is an advanced application which aims to provide innovative services relating to different models of transport and traffic management. And it enables users to be better informed and make safer, more coordinated and smarter use of the transportation system. Online meetings and the search for a lost pet via the internet. Telematics systems will soon be in place to control traffic, fuel, and the vehicles, while trash cans will have a system that indicates their location and weight. Telematics systems consists of devices installed inside the vehicles. These devices use cellular network to send information to services that are hosted by the provider or a third-party cloud server. The data can be accessed from a device such as a smartphone, tablet, or laptop with an internet connection. Also, the InfoCube is expected to be implemented, which will provide visitors with all the necessary information about the area on which they are located via Bluetooth, without the need to consume the data of their mobile phone. Besides, Trikala has been on the list of the 21 smart cities in the world for the last 3 years and is the most technologically advanced municipality in the country. Larissa provides internet access to the city's urban planning, while it has telemedicine services and a communication system with those suffering from depression or Alzheimer's disease. Veria, on the other hand, is included in the smart cities thanks to the public central library and the Help at Home program, which is also preparing a settlement in the city center, which offers modern services to the 10,000 residents and professionals it will host. Heraklion. In Heraklion, Crete citizens have online access to 163 information services, 29 electronic application services, and electronic payments, saving a lot of time in their daily lives as they get rid of the usual queues at various services. Heraklion also has free Wi-Fi, while the city's newspapers from the 19th century are digitized. Finally, Ioannina, in addition to the wireless network, it allows citizens to apply electronically for various certificates while providing an online tour of the city and have digitized the exhibits of the municipal museum and its library. That's it, and thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much. So I can see your cities very much have implemented e-health or electronic health, quite a lot of transportation and telecommunication management systems, and as well, I think the last one you have mentioned that e-governments as well, when you can use the governmental institutions for applying them online and getting all certificates without actually visiting them. Okay.
Yeah, it can be used also throughout Greece, not only in the smart cities, but wherever you are, even in a remote location, it can be used as well.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, you want to have a birth certificate, you can do it online. You don't have to go to
the municipality. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have questions? Anyone? Okay, so maybe later. Thank you, Sotiris. Shall we carry on with the other presentations? Who would like to go next?
I can start.
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, but me, I didn't do the.
You can do it later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hervé, you can finish until the 28th. So, take your time and just don't forget to do it.
Okay, so I present from the Miro dashboard.
Okay, sure.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So first I will introduce myself again. My name is Nikwe Massadjarne. I'm from Togo, but actually I'm doing my PhD in France, and I'm doing my PhD in computer vision. So today I chose to present to you the smart city from Rwanda. The name of the city is Kigali. So as we can see here on the picture, it's located in the center of Africa. And it's a country who was ravaged in 1994 by the Tutsi genocide, and was among the 25 poorest country in the world. After that, they started from scratch and had a little infrastructure and limited natural resources. And they have therefore focused on innovations as one of the drivers of their renaissance. So yeah, for a few years now, the capital Kigali has been showing it will to become a technological hub of the African continent. So we can see here on the picture, there is some project in progress in Rwanda. So one of the example is the Rwanda Silicon Valley. It will be a place where they will house offices and startup incubators, technology companies, biotech companies, and smart building too. Like you can see here, is they are following models from Singapore smart city. So it will be a very large ecosystem for them. And actually, there are some features we can talk about in the country, especially for features we can talk about, like free Wi-Fi access in public areas and transport. And we have 500 kilometers of fiber optic network deployed throughout the city. We have municipal service on the internet too, so people can get access easy by the phone or the computer. We have a smart water management too, and smart fish farming, smart healthcare, disaster control. And here there is a very interesting features. It's flying ambulances. So what is this? Is the use of drones to for blood bag delivery. So because in Rwanda it's a very mountainous country, so the use of drones can help to avoid obstacles and to save precious time in the treatment of an emergency, for example. So here we can see a picture of this the drone. They are prepared to send the blood of bag to the hospital. And so for to talk about what does and what don't, for me, the flying ambulances is a good thing which works well actually, because it can help to improve the healthcare of the citizen. And the builder of, for example, here they are one of the project Silicon Valley, and the other projects they can give jobs for the young citizen, for youth to be auto-sufficient. So, but the Kigali city, they have another project too, like for example the Kigali City Tower and the Grand Pension Plaza, but they are now operational, but are struggling to find the renters. And on the other hand, Kigali has become unaffordable for ordinary Rwandans. So thousands of inhabitants have been expropriated from their rudimentary homes and relocate far from the city center. And in the conclusion for me, first, a smart city must be able to provide a better quality of life for everyone, from the most needy to the most fortunate. And to build a smart city, you should most first think about the needs of the community, and then think about how to use technology to meet those needs. And in my own opinion, Rwanda has ambitions to make technology a key asset for its development, and investing heavily in large innovative technology projects. This is a good thing, but for me, I think they are going too fast. So I think they should take time to analyze well the citizen needs, and to build something that can fit the citizen needs. And yeah, they don't have to show because in other countries, like here in Europe or in Asia, they are very developed, and they have very good infrastructure, very good technology, but we don't have to be like them now. So we have to take time to think very well about our conditions before to start this kind of project. So there is some link here if you want to find more information about Rwanda's and Rwanda Smart City. You can go there and find more information. So thank you. That is my presentations for you.
Okay, thank you. That was really, really interesting. A nice trip, quick trip to Africa.
Yeah.
And yeah, you haven't mentioned anything about the harvesting the solar energy. Do you have anything from the
About
structure implemented somewhere, or the wind energy or something like that?
Okay. No, I didn't find information about that. But the thing is that I didn't looking for this kind of information. I think they have they should have some of this technology. For example, solar energy or wind energy. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I will look for more information about that, and I can put it for the next time.
And it would be very interesting to see, because I know that you have the severe droughts everywhere around in Africa and lack of drinking water. So maybe if you would find any interesting solutions, how in like Rwanda at the moment, when they're trying to create as a smart city, how they overcome that problem.
Okay.
That would be really amazing. Thank you very much. And just a quick remark from the administrative side. Can you have a look if everything is okay with your agreement in order to?
Yeah, actually, okay. Actually, the agreement is signed and I sent it to exchange.
Okay, great. Thank you very much then.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just I need to keep one eye on you and one eye on the administrative stuff. So they keep bugging me and asking me about all the things. So thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. Wow, that was interesting. And it's getting more and more interesting. So who's going to be next?
I can lead.
May I try?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, who's going next? Diogo or George?
Whatever you like.
George can go first.
Okay, and we have as well
Okay.
Said with a question. So Said, while the guys are preparing the PowerPoint, what's your question?
No, just I said like to be next.
Okay, so you will be after the George then.
Yes, no, both of them for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me just share my screen.
Go ahead.
So, do you see my share screen right now?
It's loading.
It's loading.
Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay, I misunderstood the situation and didn't make a PowerPoint, but
No
I
need
have
to.
done my research in a very large project in Athens. Its name is Project Athena, and it's one of the most big steps in this conversation that we're talking about. Since the Greek government debt crisis began in 2009, the income of many Greek people has declined dramatically. Levels of unemployment have soared, and the country has experienced political upheaval. Although digital technology has its rising moments. Project Athena is a smart project that is making from Adcom. It's a mobile company and is using sensors for two big problems that we see in my capital city: the cleanliness and accessibility. Sensors will be placed through the city to collect data on street and air cleanliness, accessibility for pedestrians and people with disabilities, noise pollution, temperature, and humidity. The project also started in a square where City Hall is located, with 10 sensors installed inside trash cans to measure the levels of garbage and on pedestrian crossing to detect accessibility problems. The data collected by the sensor is then processed by a management platform for municipal authorities to analyze and control waste collection and the accessibility of pedestrian crossing. How they did that? With network. They ensured the optimal data transmission under the LoRa. LoRa is a protocol, communication protocol that it works in low frequencies. So it's also eco-friendly, and for our health is very good because we don't get, how can I say it, cancer easily. Because these days cancer is a big problem for many people. And they have installed 2 antennas on Mountain Lycabettus and the City Hall of Athens in Kogia Square. They are in small dimensions and requiring a low voltage power supply. So we can say that it's a cheap one project. The antenna set up a municipal private network that can broadcast on license-free frequencies, where dozens of interconnected devices can join. Okay, and the only thing that they are doing this is because they need to learn first and then make decisions. That's the big, I think, point of this project. They collect data into a management platform which uses business intelligence tools to parse large amounts of data along with visualization tools to present them in innovation ways that facilitate understanding and decision making. Okay, this management platform can be connecting with every component authority and provide a powerful tool to transform knowledge into action. This project is one of the biggest, I think, in Greece because, as my colleague Sotir says, we have only Trikala, Heraklion, and Ioannina like smart cities. If you want to find anything smart in Greece, it's a bit rarely, you know, because we are an old-fashioned country in many things. But this is a very large step because we are using electronic sensors. LoRa's protocols is a high-tech communication protocol that makes its first appearance in Greece. It's an eco-friendly project. It modernizes and making Athens a smart city. And also, this project deals with the following issues: accessibility, smart waste management, air pollution, noisy pollution, smart resource management, and temperature and humidity. These things are happening in an all-in-one platform with real-time information. We see advanced reporting and the interactive data visualization. Here is a, I want to show you a video about this project to understand it better.
George, you can share the sound through the sharing screen, not in here, but next to your mic. It's like the source of the sharing microphone.
Let me just find it.
It's next to the camera settings.
I can see it. It's a microphone.
It's
option.
microphone, and there's like a small arrow. You click on it and you select either it's microphone or the full system or something like that.
SEMA system, okay.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Nope.
Okay.
No worries, we have time.
Okay, maybe I can let you see the video that
Okay.
I have put the link inside my reference
Okay.
list. Okay, and now my window just, okay, just lagging. So, my personal opinion about this project is that is the first step for the social and technological development, not only of Athens, but of the whole country. So it is a very rapid positive movement. That's why I didn't complete the do or don't schedule, because it's an only positive movement from this. Alongside this project could be include the creation of electrical charging stations and the installation of solar panels on the street lights. It could be like a, you know, expansion of this one. So that was my project.
Okay, thank you very much. Very interesting. Anyone has any questions? Okay, so let's move to another presentation.
I can present.
Well, let's give a way to the lady. Okay, guys.
Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I present myself. I'm Nasreen. I am PhD student in University of Orléans in France. And today I will present you a smart city, Lyon, first smart city in France. So Lyon is a French commune located in the south eastern quarter of France with 1,300,000 inhabitants. Lyon was elected by the European Parliament as first smart city in France. So in economic, it has 103 experimentation projects and 340 million euro of advertisement partner public and private in a smart city project. For transportation, yes, for transportation, Lyon is the first European territory in the new mobility and the first in the world about service public transport by electric vehicle autonomous. In the energy, Lyon is the first territory in smart grid in France, and it has electric meter communicating. About technology, we can pay with NFC parking with contactless payment in Lyon, and we have access to a bouquet of cultural and tourist service in the city from contactless technologies for discovery of heritage of the city of Lyon and visit to museum, etc. In the social capital and culture, Lyon was elected Europe's leading city break destination in 2016 and the European Smart Tourism Capital in 2019. And nearly 21,000 work there in culture and creation, more than half in the visual art, craft, and performing art, and finally in the innovation and education. Lyon has 144,500 of students with 13,000 international students and 550 public and private research laboratory with one of excellence intelligence of urban world. in Lyon, we find an autonomous vehicle and public transport. We find renewable energy and found application for restaurant and tourism places. But what is missing in Lyon is smart health and smart station. In the end, Lyon is one of French metropolis most appreciated by the French because of its dynamism, its strategic geographical position, and its industries that are both varied and innovative. For me, sitting in Lyon means optimizing our professional future prospect. Thank you. Hello?
Sorry, thank you, Nasreen. That was really interesting presentation and really impressive to see that you have autonomous transportation system that works on its own. So probably the next step would be to have autonomous cars as well, which will be circulating in the city. So you don't need to have your own, you can share a ride with someone else.
Yes, we have free, we have electrical bicycle. We pay by hour or by full day, and we have a bicycle.
Okay.
We mustn't have our bicycle. We can find in the city.
Well, that's really, really great. It saves money. At the same time, you can have another one every time when you try it. Okay.
Yes.
Does anyone has any questions?
And I share with you a video of Smart City in Lyon in the link. There. We can watch it.
Yep, well, I think so we still have time, plenty of it, so we can show it.
You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much for a really interesting presentation. I think
Right.
some of the aspects are very similar to the cities, just the level of the implementation and the ways of the implementation is different in every city based on the location of economical situation and everything else, but we're all heading to the same direction.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we had Diogo, then we had Said, so let's carry on.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay, let me share. I can share.
Nazreen, can you stop sharing your screen, please?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Here it is. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's loading. Yes, we can see.
Okay, I'm going to, okay, you can see the bar, right? You only see the presentation, right?
Yeah, we see now the presentation.
Okay, so I'm going to present Portugal as a smart city, as a smart community, I mean, not as a smart city. First of all, I'm going to talk about technological innovations that we made to make our lives easier. And first of all, I'm going to talk about Multibanco. This first one is a regular ATM, but over here, we made some changes. Wait a minute, my dog is just barking. Yeah, wait a minute.
I think that's Diogo's dog is helping him out with his presentation.
Sorry. First of all, I need to give you some context. So, in fact, we were one of the last countries to implement an ATM system. But when we made it one of the most advanced ones on the world. The thing is, while most countries have decided to every bank develop their ATM, we have only one company that develops. It's called CIPS, and develops all ATMs for all banks. That allowed us to have more freedom of choice, and we have actually much more options. We can make donations, pay for tickets for shows, and the best one is MBWay, which is an application. So basically, what we gain mainly is with one application we can do everything. Okay, I can show it, but we can generate cards, temporary cards for making buys. We can donate money. We can ask for money, and a lot of things. Other thing, it's automatic. Okay. Okay. So here is a quote from the CEO of CIPS. The MB service is unique in the world. The Portuguese are the only ones who can use any card anywhere, anytime. It's something that doesn't happen in other countries, so it fulfills its mission of providing efficiency and helping the Portuguese free up their time for what's most important. The other thing I want to talk about technological innovation is the Automatic Irs. I think that's how you pronounce it. IRS. It's IRS in Portuguese. So basically, they get your bills and they automatically place it where it should go. On the other way, we have one of the most bureaucratic systems in the entire Europe, but you know, this makes things easier. Well, technologically speaking, that's all I want to talk about. About the infrastructures, Portugal and Lisbon is actually easy to visit the entire town. Even in Ovar, where I am, I can just walk for 5 minutes, take the train and be there in like 20 minutes in Porto. but the other regions of the country are not that good. We have a problem because we want to reduce the use of cars, but our public infrastructures are not ready for that. We don't have a bus for the interior of the country. We don't have the enough resources for that. About ecological places, we have a lot of beautiful places in nature. This one over here, it's Lagoa das Sete Cidades in Azores. It's with a Z in English for some reason, but we still consume more than we produce, which is a kind of a problem. And then again, we try to reduce the consumption with cars and everything, but first we need to make some improvements to our lifestyles and make some investment on public infrastructures. And well, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much for those pictures. There's something to come again. Yeah, so when you said that you're using more actually than you need, so you mean by like natural resources or the production that you use more than you can produce, or
both of them actually.
Both of them, okay, makes sense. Okay, thank you very much, Diogo.
Thank you.
Said probably next, who was in line.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, so exciting to present today, and thank you so much for having me to present my smart city and community. So, okay, now I will share my screen, my dashboard. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, that's really awesome. Okay, today I would like to present my smart community as well as my as Egypt, and especially one of the examples in Cairo as a smart city. It's called ACUD, which is administrative capital for urban development. This is one of the examples for the smart cities in Egypt, and in total it's 38 projects for smart cities. So I would like to share some information about Cairo in general. Cairo, for sure, everyone, maybe some of people know, like the capital of Egypt, and the population, it's overpopulated. It's 21,750,000 inhabitants. So we need for sure in new cities, in new areas for the people in the future. So the smart city, my smart city now, this is in Cairo. It's it's as a mega city. To host over more than 6.5 million inhabitants in this city, and as well as the city will strengthen and diverse the country economics potential to create a new places and a new life for the people to live, for the city, the citizen of the city. The location of the city, it's 35 kilometers far away east of Cairo, and the government put 3 important pillars for this country, the new country and community. First, it's smartness, safety, and sustainability. This new capital, I'm not sure about the other countries, but we have the new capital now. We have Cairo, and we have the new capital of Egypt, which is ACUD. This capital is built on connected fiber infrastructure and shared mobile towers. At the beginning, the government established and started with as phases. In total, it's 3 phases this country based on. The first phase was 40,000 acres. Yeah, but now it's fully and totally launched, the largest smart city in Egypt. I can say some the components inside the city, like it's consists of like a new parliament and presidential palace and largest international airport in Egypt. And this city has the tallest tower in Africa and the largest, and the largest opera house in all Middle East. Then we have as well for the entertainment districts, the government spent $20 billion for the districts, the entertainments, and so on. And the good thing, I was surprised honestly about that. About they have the smart city has urban park bigger than in the Central Park in New York, USA. Like I was surprised, really.
Can you repeat it? We didn't really catch it.
Yeah. The smart city, this is smart city, bigger, they have an urban park bigger than Central Park in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's size 341 hectares. It's like, wow.
It's like private savanna instead of the city, right?
Yeah. Like, wow, this in Egypt, okay. Yeah. So the city has governmental districts, consist of 34 ministries and agencies buildings, and the total cost after the government announced the total cost in 2015, it's gonna cost from $45 billion till $58 billion. But now, of course, they spend more because they started in 2015 and they make like 3 from phase to phase because it's 3 phases. They announced it on the prices, but actually I didn't find on the Egyptian governmental website the total cost. So the city as design, as architecture, as based on what? So it's based on the modern developed standards of the smart cities to give you or provide you a unique living experience for the people or inhabitants. The city, the smart city as well contain 2 monorail lines to link between the city and the city center in Cairo, the downtown. And also we have like a 21 monorail station, but this is across all the country. But inside the smart city, it's 2 monorail established. And the government, like the Egyptian government, is building a high-speed rail line to connect all the cities, the districts or the province inside Egypt. So now this is the overview about the smart city in Cairo. So now about the features. My features is the principle that the government launched or created. It's for the principles is to be sustainable city, to be smart, a green city, workable, livable, connected business as well, and to how to connect the east and west and north with the south in all the country with the smart city and with the technologies. The first feature about the smart city, the economic feature, it contains the financial district, investors areas, and we have the government to spend $834 million for the business parks, as well the size of gross land area equals 725 kilometers square. I put as well for the welfare of the city, it needs simplicity and elegance. For the
can you just summarize everything,
sure,
because it takes
sure.
quite a long time. So
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I have
okay.
a long text because I was so excited. Okay, so for the smart city, it includes everything for the transportation to identify and the smart building to identify the most effective way to save the resources. And we have for sure like the e-bikes and the applications and everything worked with the application as the government launched. I'm so sorry to.
No worries.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Okay, thank you very much, because we just have more people that would like to give presentations, so we have to give space for everyone.
So excited to listen to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to go next? Okay, we still have Daria. We have Nikolai, we have Alexandros, we have Hyan, we have Alexandra as well. We have more other people who would like to give presentation. We have Prakash as well, who would like probably to give presentation. So who would like to go next?
I can present.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, give me a minute. Forward slide. Okay. Share screen. I'm assuming you can see my screen. Yes, okay. So I will be presenting Astypala Smart Island, nature and technology combined. So Astypala is a Greek island with about 1,300 residents on the Dodecanese region in the Aegean Sea, which Dodecanese means 12 islands in Greece. It's this region right here. And so the Hellenic Republic and Volkswagen Group will create a pioneering transport system in Astypala. The current transport system on the island will be replaced with the use of electric vehicles, while a large part of the electricity demand for the island will be covered by renewable energy sources such as solar systems. In the long run, Astypala will become a model island towards climate neutral mobility. A memorandum of understanding was signed on November 4th, 2020 in Athens and Wolfsburg by Mr. Fragogiannis, Deputy Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Dr. Dies, I don't know in Germany, CEO of the Volkswagen Group, respectively. So new mobility services such as vehicle sharing will help reduce and optimize traffic. The energy will be produced mainly from local green energy sources such as solar systems. It's also in the text above. The project will last 6 years based on the first planning. What has been done so far? Police and Coast Guard vehicles have been replaced with electric counterparts supplied by Volkswagen. These models are Volkswagen ID4 SUVs. Local rent-a-car providers started providing electric cars and bikes as well. Both of these images are from Astypala. Traffic on Astypala will be converted to e-mobility as far as possible. This includes the public transport system, local authority vehicles, and companies as well as the private vehicles of the inhabitants. At the same time, a nationwide network of private and public charging stations will be created. So far, about 6 public charging stations have been created, which can charge 12 vehicles concurrently. Highlights are the new car sharing and ride sharing services, which will radically modernize public transport on the island. They will replace the old bus network, and unlike the previous bus system, will serve all corners of the island while being operational all year round. Alongside car sharing, e-cars, e-scooters, and e-bikes will also be integrated, as we saw in the previous slide. In total, the number of vehicles in Ansipalia is expected to decrease by a third to 1,000 vehicles, while mobility will be improved. Electric power lines have been submerged to improve the aesthetic of the island and also improve their reliability. There's a plan to provide the 50% of the energy that's needed for the island by renewable sources of energy, with that number to reach 80% as time goes by. Scientists from the University of Strathclyde in Scotland and the University of the Aegean in Greece will be monitoring and systematically evaluating the transformation on Astypalia. So the effects of converting Astypalia to a smart island. This project started 9 months ago, and the planned project duration is 5 years. So it's quite early to monitor the changes and the benefits to the society. However, the difference that were noticed as of now are increased tourism, mainly from outside visitors to see the progress and see the integration. More interest in electric vehicles and renewable sources of energy by the inhabitants, and also increased property value because they see that Astypalia will gain worldwide significance due to being one of the first projects in this scale and environment. So I think that was all my slides. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's really interesting. And it's quite easy probably to implement the projects when you have a little bit smaller scale city or the town. So all the actions that actually it can do, it's just really going straight on site, and then investments are not as big as like in the super large city. So it's really interesting to see.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was why Astypalia was chosen and not a bigger island. And also challenges the logistics by being an island. So if Astypalia, a small island outside the capital, can do it, pretty much every city can do it.
So I think everyone can see that if you have like smaller communities implementing different things, so then it can grow, you know, everywhere around the city, depending on if the community is a little bit richer or less rich. So they can find the ways how to implement it step by step. No need big investments, but like the small initiatives, small improvements help to get one thing at a day.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Alexandros.
Thank you.
Okay, who is next? Daria, Alexandra. Who would like to go next?
Okay, so maybe I.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, we can see.
Oh. Okay. So I have presentation about the city of Lublin, and their motto is the city of inspiration. So we will check if they can inspire other cities as smart city. It's the largest city in the east of Poland. Smart City 3.0 is based on the initiative of all local governments, technology companies, and citizens. And Lublin has already entered the Smart City 3.2. Poland has implemented Smart City standards so that cities don't have to apply for a certificate on foreign terms. Only 5 cities in Poland are certified for a smart city, but only Lublin is certified according to the Polish standards. I have chosen only a few solutions because there are so many of them. The city focused very much on the development of smart mobility and community. Smart energy is slowly deploying. I think that mobile applications developed in Lublin are very interesting. They have Eco app. It's a mobile application for reminding about garbage collection. You can also check the selective waste collection. Lublin is the first city in Poland to introduce the green budget. Each resident of the city can have an impact on creating new green areas or revitalizing the exciting ones. The program is designed to improve the quality of life of residents and functionality of green areas in city. Lublin is the first city after Warsaw to operate panic car sharing, and the first city where local governments supported this initiative. I think the city government is doing very well in several respects. Inclusion of society in the process of creating city development, integrated transport system, social participation in decision making, increasing the creativity of the residents. The city can develop further smart living, wide access to the internet, and few solutions in smart homes. In summary, the city focus on people in community, not people in business. Focus on transport and community solutions. And the city wants to reach every age group. I recommended further development on the smart community part and focusing on the smart economy because there are too few such initiatives. I didn't find smart solution in creative in the industries. The city advertises itself as a city of art. And I finish.
Okay, thank you very much. It looks like really it's becoming, oh, it is actually the smart city, and I was really surprised to hear about the certificate on the Polish standard of the smart cities. So you have like a legal document actually, which is implemented in the governmental institutions, how to achieve the smartness, and if the city achieved the result of being announced as a smart city. That's correct?
Yes.
That's very interesting. So if you have the document, maybe you can share as well in the references. That would be very interesting to see, you know, the smart city policy, what do you have in Poland, that even in the Polish is okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So who is going next? Because we have only a few people left.
Okay, I can be next. Ola, please, can you stop
sharing
sharing your monitor?
Prakash has raised the hand. Do you want to say anything, Prakash?
So sorry, I wanted to go next. Yes.
Okay. Would you mind if the Hayan will be next, and just to let the ladies go first?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Darius, so you, then we have Hayan, and then we have Prakash.
Alexandra, are you here? Please stop sharing your monitor.
Daria, gdzie mam kliknąć?
Okay, I stopped it. Don't worry.
Now it's working, okay. Do you see it now?
Yep.
Yeah, so I chose Warsaw as a study here with Ola. And the introduction of Warsaw. Warsaw is the capital and the largest city of Poland. It is located in the east central part of the country. And the metropolis stands on the river Vistula, and its population is officially estimated as 1.8 million residents within a greater metropolitan area of 3.8 million residents. And the city is compared to the Phoenix because that has risen repeatedly from the ashes of war. So most of the buildings aren't even 100 years old. And I chose 6 categories in which Warsaw wants to become smart cities. So sustainable mobility. We have this Vetrio system, which is one of the largest bicycle system in Europe, in which you can rent a city bike for free or for a small fee and move around the city. In Warsaw, there are over 650 kilometers of bicycle paths and nearly 319 kilometers bicycle station. And we have a lot of mobile applications which help passengers of public transport in getting around. Also, we have this Babel, which is a big data analytics platform developed by European Union project, and it processes real-time data on the location and route of travel of approximately 2,000 buses and trams, as well as data from the Vetruito bicycle station. And based on the platform, an intelligent planner is prepared, which will enable travel planning taking into account the current transport situation in the city. What is next? Oh, no, text. We have this healthy environment. Warsaw has his air index, which is a service that shows the air quality at real time. In the free time, you can check what air quality is in Warsaw now. Also, we have this step-by-step project, which is a project aimed at changing the behavior of the residents in terms of energy consumption. And also, we have this intelligent heating network, which through the modernization of the existing network, the installation of new devices and the use of infrastructure management applications, carbon dioxide emission in Warsaw corresponding to the planting 1 million trees were reduced. Also, we have this application called Million Trees Project, and this application was created in which the residents of Warsaw could indicate where to plant a new tree. And only in 2018 were indicated 8,000 such places. The next category is innovative economy. Since 2015, the city has made available real-time open data on the position of the buses and trams. And this data is used later for this hackathons, which are kind of programming marathons, where new applications are created by informatics. And Warsaw provides also free informations, consulting and training services for startups and young companies. And next category is committed residents. It's a modern system of contact between residents and the local government. You can report a fault in the city space, for example, a broken traffic light or a fallen tree. You can also get information on how to handle the officer matters, or what are current events in Warsaw. And you can even, in this application, City Contact Center Warsaw, submit your own idea for a change in the city. And contact is possible 24 hours for 7 via the free app. And the next is the Civic Budget, which enables residents to co-decide on the allocation of part of Warsaw's budget every year. And Warsaw residents come up with the submit projects and then vote for those that will be implemented. Which is next category is high quality of life. In Poland, education at universities is for free, and now study about 200,055 people in Warsaw, including about 7,000 foreign students. There are also universities of the third age, which are for seniors, and where they can learn, for example, computer skills. And we have also the Vistula districts, which is the initiative through which the authorities of the capital encourage residents to actively rest, but also to care for area around the river. We have also effective management, which is a service. It's a self-service platform where residents and tourists can complete many matters without visiting the departments. Also, we have this integrated traffic management system, and this system constantly analyzes the traffic of vehicles in the city, and the collected data allows to manage traffic by sending comments to the intelligent traffic light network in selected areas in the city. And there are a few pictures. This is city bicycles. This is my university. It's a really nice building and with nice ceiling inside. I really recommend to see it if you ever will be in Warsaw. And this is the Vistula Boulevards, what is the meeting place for most students. And this is the Zodiac building, which is this new startups place. And also we have this beehives on the roof of the skyscraper to make environment better. And want to and don'ts. Do's, we have many mobile application, lots of place with free Wi-Fi, a friendly place for startups, as services, or as active participation of the citizens in developing the city. What doesn't work well, we have problems with traffic jams. What could be solved with intelligent traffic lights. We have also problem with smog, especially in winter. And we have still quite a small number of public chargers for electric cars. To conclusion, Warsaw is developing rapidly. I believe that the focus should now be on developing transport and improving air quality. And in addition, information campaigns for residents should be carried out to increase their awareness of how they can help in the development of the city and protect the environment. I also add this YouTube video if you want to watch later. It's not really up to date because it's for 4 years from now.
No worries.
But it's quite nice, so I recommend it. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That was really explicit introduction. I think also some of the issues that are the same in some of the cities, some interesting new ideas. So we can take them into account while we'll be writing the strategy for our smart communities. Okay, so now probably Hyan, would you like to go next? Try to be brief, and let's take about 5 to 8 minutes to introduce it, okay? We can't hear you. We see you, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, now it's okay.
Hi,
Hey,
everyone. I will show a difference maybe with it's maybe a new one, not it has been built or finished. And it's a city which we call the new area, Xiong'an, and it's a city which built for take the pressure off of the city of Beijing, Tianjin, and Shijiazhuang, which is the province of Hebei. And this is the many more people in the three cities, and this Xiong'an new area is in the middle of these three cities, and its areas about 198 square kilometers. It was started the plan of this city from 2017, and now it's under construction. And this picture shows 5 years, which the difference, the same area size of the citizen service of this city, and 5 years ago it's just a field, and now it has built the citizen service. All this city was built with the technical goals, and maybe we call the first industry or in this sense, but it started to finish it. It's in the middle of the this century, and now it's only built the initial area, and this is the pilot area, and this is the initial area. And in this city, it has 4 platforms and 5 sceneries in each, as it is constructed. The 4 platform is construction of traditional urban instruction and infrastructure, which is we know that such like highway, railway, roads, and such things. And the second is the construction of infrastructure for new style of intelligent city, which we may call the city information platform. Another name is construction information platform, and it is try to build a double infrastructure integrated platform, which is digital city that contains the real physical old city and the virtual city in the same time. And another is the innovation platform, which in this 5 scenarios control social connectivity, which introduce many more enterprise to come to this area and build the city brains, which control and for the government to easy to management. And another scenario is the green, which maybe eco city, and make the public facilities, smart communities, such and buildings which low carbon and sense. And the future mobility is about the sharing and diversity and real-time management. It's based on the sensor that's such as Internet of Things built the same time with the new city, and smart public security. If there is also other smart city habits and medicine health, which is the pandemic for that, and monitor disaster prevention. And because this area is has a low level of all this structure.
You mean there's a flooding area, quite a big one around the river, so that's why you have to have the diseases prevention monitoring, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And because it's a new one, so the sense is maybe take time to
That's okay.
go. And with this city, why I choose this city? Because I thought it's maybe a attempt with the time, and the time can go on, and the technical can go on. In maybe since the plans can be changed in this city, but it's a new one. It's a planning first, and get is top down on constructions. It makes many governments ideas, and I thought it may be a lack of the participants of the people, and but it is a lack of people in this area. The population here is grow up these years, and maybe more in the following years, and which I thought is one thing is that it is too bigger, and we can see that the buildings here maybe also it's planned as the building here is not higher, and not like most of the Chinese cities. It's high-rise city, and the density is heavy. And but I thought the distance of the city, distance of every area, and the structure is maybe so far it's not because it was built these years. I didn't go. I didn't know the real situation, but from the pictures that I thought maybe it's not suitable for people to go, but I didn't know that. But the technical used in that is maybe gives other cities to more ideas to build the smart city. And another thing about this city is that every sense has been make models for the platform, which digital twin city, we now try to build. Yes, that's all about this city.
Okay, thank you very much, Hyacinth. Oh, and as well resources. Yes, thank you very much. I think it's very interesting to see, between the cities that the other students represented the existing city example, and this is totally different one when you design the new city straight away to be smart and implementing all those tools from the smartness perspective, from the platform of the smartness. So actually, it's like a new toy which has already all those smartness things, but as you said, you haven't been there, so you don't know if it works or not. So thank you very much, Hyacinth. It was really interesting presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so now we
We have Nikolai and we have Prakash. So Prakash, maybe your turn now.
Yeah, I can do it. So, like, I have people. I'll share my screen.
There's a sharing button, so,
Yeah.
so it's free to share. So don't worry.
So, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. So today's topic is about smart cities. I've selected one particular city from my country, which is Chennai. So, which is like basically where I'm from. I thought it would be better to talk about a place where I was brought up. So, Chennai is also known as Madras, and it's the capital city of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, and it's basically a coastal city. It's on the Coromandel coast of Bay of Bengal. So, on the first look, it is a populated city. So according to statistics, it says from 2021, so 11.2 million people were in the city. So which makes it densely populated. So Chennai is also known as the Detroit of India because major automobile industries from the country have their like production hub in the city. So which actually is a good part for the city because the job opportunities increase and a lot of people sought out to come to the city. So Chennai was ranked as the best city in 2014 by India Today, so which is a good news about the city. So in my presentation, I would like to say a few features about the city which I really felt good. So I'll just proceed with that. So first is about the transport. So Chennai is actually improving nowadays. On the first pick is the metro train, which is a new initiative which has been like in the last 10 years, and people actually the government is telling people to use it more. It is more affordable, less expensive, and like a lot of people thousands of passengers can travel every single day. So that's a good initiative, and they're trying to maintain affordable like a price because India is not so wealthy to afford like expensive travel. So the next one is the e-bikes, which is a good initiative, and like hundreds of bikes are being deployed in the city every single day, and you can rent it like for a less fare around the city, and you can like take it from one place and like drop it. So this is like common thing. And one thing I have added here is like the electric charging points. So because electric vehicles and the electric cars are starting to increase, they have added all the charging points in the petrol bunks, which is a good thing about the city. And the last pick on the right end is, we call it like an auto. It's like one of the transport we use inside the city. I don't know how many of have you seen that. So now before it was running in petrol, now they are implemented in gas. So which is much better, like an alternative to petrol and diesel. So that's also good. So that's for the transport part. So next one is the healthcare, which is really important, which makes the city outstanding. So healthcare is the field which actually tries to improve the health and the condition of the people and trying to teach people how to live. So actually the government has kept like an ambulance, their own ambulance, and if we call from any mobile something 108, it'll go straight to the ambulance. And there are like hundreds of ambulances around the city which comes like within 5 to 10 minutes around, which is near, and it comes around. And actually I felt Chennai has really done good during the COVID crisis because they have, apart from the government hospitals and the private, they have started separate like camps for that. So that was really good about the city when I started searching about it. Apart from that, they usually in regular basis they keep camps for organ donations, eye donation, blood donation, which really makes it good from the healthcare department. One good thing which they have started recently is like the right side they have kept one more ambulance. So that's for the animals. They have started recently, and actually this is a really good thing to know about because they have started to help even the stray animals. If you make a call and say that some animal is like hurt or something or some disease something, so they come immediately to help it. So I feel this is really good because city is not happy only with the people. It also is good and the animals are also good, and the disease does not develop from them. So we go to the next one. This is a really good thing. This is the project of seawater desalination. So like to say like a fact, before 5 to 6 years, actually Chennai was in crisis, like water crisis. Like there was not like good or like drinking water because of the highly populated areas. the groundwater level was actually reducing day by day, and people are not getting like drinking water and like normal like use every day. So as we know, like water is very important for everyday life, and I think Chennai has started something new, which is the seawater desalination plant, which converts the seawater to drinking water. So they have started 2 plants at like a big budget, it's like 5,338 million rupees. So this is maintained by the Chennai Metro Work Department, which has a capacity of converting like 150 million liters per day from seawater to the normal drinking water, which they follow the reverse osmosis process, so which I'm not so good at the process part. So they follow the reverse osmosis for this. So next, the sensory parks. Actually, a friend was talking about this already, I think. So this one was based for people who are like disabled or like with special needs. So the city is trying to care about everyone. If you have disabilities, you shouldn't feel bad inside the city. So they started the parks. The main things about the park is like they've kept the braille signboards which are used by the blind people. So there are plants which has some scent they can find with the smell. So that type of things are being, and light and sound shows. Even if you can't see, at least you can hear something what they're saying around. So these are the features of the parks, and this makes it feel good for the even the disabilities, the special need people. So next is the parking management. As I already said, Chennai is heavily populated, and finding a place to park inside the city is so difficult, and you'll end up getting fines all around. So they have started like a parking management thing. So they have started like in a lot of places, like buildings which has like automatic parking. So this parking slots can accommodate at a time 700 vehicles with 222 cars at a time, which is really good about that, because it has really reduced the traffic in between, because people park on the sideways and we can't travel. So this initiative is really good, which I feel is good to say at this point of like where it go into a smart city. So traffic is being reduced in this case. So this one is called the water hyacinth biogas plant. Hyacinth is like a plant which is a floating plant which grows on the ponds and lakes around the city, because as I said, Chennai is like a coastal area and like lots of rain, and we have a lot of ponds around the city, but this water hyacinth is actually destroying the aquatic life in it, because it covers the top part, it doesn't let the oxygen go down south. The government has like opened a plant which extracts the hyacinth from the plant and it converts into biogas. Biogas can be used for a lot of things, which is a renewable energy. And once like on one side it creates like biogas, and the next good thing is that like the mosquitoes, there's some problems around like with mosquitoes. So I feel like this has really reduced the mosquito problems around, and it's a better way to dispose the waste in the environment in a friendly manner. So actually for this is like for the PPT. Apart from this, one bad thing what I feel about the city is actually the rainwater management, rainwater harvesting, because it's not so good in the city till now. That's actually people have complained about it. If I feel if they improve that, because it's always raining and people are not actually maintaining it, and we always have flood problems around the city. If they improve it, I think Chennai will be a smart city in the future. So thanks for the opportunity. That's it for my presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. It was really interesting, and I'm really fascinated about that water treatment from desaltification. You know how you manage to do those things, and it's really in India. It's like the drinking water is also an issue for a lot of different cities. So that's really interesting thing to see. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
So who we have left? I think Nikolai, would you like to present today?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Nikolai Reichenrath. I'm study electronic engineering at the University of Siegen, and I'm presenting the Smart City of Cologne, Smart City Cologne. Here's a quick overview. I'm going to start with a quick introduction to the smart city Cologne, short SCC. Then I'm going to present a few features, talk about do's and don'ts, and display conclusions, thoughts, and suggested improvements. Cologne is one of the biggest cities of Germany. It's pronounced Köln here and has a population of circa 1.1 million people. The project is an initiative of the Wayne Energy AG and the city itself. It's for companies, schools, private persons, and associations. And here is the first feature I'm going to present. It's the Bicycle Fastlane. It was built in 2013. It's just 9 kilometers long, but the plan is to expand to 255 kilometers. Nearby is a bicycle loan system, so citizens without a bike can use it too. And another nice feature are the smart LEDs as street lights. So when nobody uses the road, the light will be reduced and will brighten up if the sensor detects a person. Another nice feature are smart homes. These are complete areas where just houses or buildings are allowed, which environmentally friendly and cost-friendly living is possible. These smart homes reduces the current and heat consumption. Every one of these buildings has a photovoltaic and an accumulator or H2O cell for the energy and heat supply. Then other very simple feature is the external energy supply for boats. These were built in 2015. These saved to 2019 already 2,800 tons of CO2. And it's basically just a connection from the national grid to boats which are at anchor. So their motor can get turned off. Because these really big transportation ships doesn't turn their motor off before the project, because if they would have done that, they had completely no electricity. Another interesting project is Project Celsius. This project uses sewage for heat energy. These projects is in usage just for a school and a big building in the city of Cologne, but it's a really interesting project. Then the do's and the don'ts. Those photovoltaic systems, every roof could have a photovoltaic system, even if it's just from the city and not used in particular. The monitoring of energy consumption, these is an interesting feature to show schools or companies how to reduce the energy consumption. Another feature is education about energy. that, for example, if you have a refrigerator with the energy class D and would buy a new refrigerator with an energy class A+ or A++, after a year you would be break even because you save so much energy and money, so you are break even. Some don'ts are the fact that photovoltaic energy is enough for a building, because it isn't. Then there are laws against companies that aren't the Deutsche Bahn, which are most cheaper options like Flixbus or Uber. Also no short-term solutions. Okay, then conclusions. The expanding of the areas of smart homes. The bicycle path lanes could be much longer, and more schools will join the monitoring and sales project. And more smart projects in general. Most of these projects are in the energy field, because the Smart City of Cologne is in a cooperation with an energy company. So there could be more projects in other fields in the future. These are my sources. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much. That's really interesting, the way how from the sewage they can gain the energy, or they can produce the energy. And I think if it's possible to take something what we throw out and to reuse it, you know, for our own good, I think that's really the way how we should be using, like zero waste and 100% recyclable if it's possible. Okay, so I would like to thank you very much for your all interesting presentations. So I would stop recording.